Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with three S's. I am your host here, Chantele Francis, and I'm here with my lovely co-host today. We have Brazil. Say hello, Brazil.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So if this is your first time on Reality Realness, well, make sure you subscribe right down below. So Reality Realness is all about reality TV, and if we find out any gossip about reality TV stars, we're definitely going to let you know. So today we're talking about my new fan favorite, reality TV right now. I am pretty down with Love Island. We're going to talk about Love Island US Season 2, Episode 6. What are your overall thoughts, Brazil?
I loved it. It took me a while to warm up, but now I'm obsessed. So.
Well, I had to say, compared to last season, I kind of been saying it all along. It's I like these people better. I'm speculating that maybe the reasons why I like it better could be because the signs of the people in the house or in the villa are more compatible to my sign. So there's a lot of air signs, there's a lot of fire, and I really get along with those signs. And so maybe because the last season there was all Virgos and Pisces and a little bit more Taurus, a little bit more signs that I'm not as compatible with. So maybe that's why I'm enjoying it more. But you're a Pisces, so why do you think you're enjoying it more?
Yeah, I'm a Pisces, and so is Moira, but she's not one of my favorites, so it's funny. I don't know. I think people this season are much more upfront about everything, which I think is better because then we get to meet new people faster rather than them kind of dragging things along. So yeah, I kind of like that about this season in comparison to last season, because last season they would take a week to figure out if they wanted to stay with someone, and then so it's moving a lot faster, which I like.
Exactly. And I hate to say it, because I've been watching a few of season 1's former house guests that have a YouTube channel, and they've been talking about the season. I also found them kind of annoying. Well, the two people are doing their own YouTube channel is Caro. She's the beautiful, I'm assuming she's mixed black girl with big curly hair. Mm-hmm. And then Elena, I believe, is the other girl. Those are the only two podcasts of people that I've seen so far talking about this new season. And I don't find them as engaging or as enjoyable. I know Caro was a fan favorite, but I didn't personally vibe with her. You know what I mean? I think she's beautiful women, of course, but their personality-wise weren't really for me, and so I didn't really gravitate towards them. So I like all these women better so far, in my opinion, their personalities, anyways.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
I am too. Woo, woo, woo. So they have a Vegas party theme, a Vegas night at the villa. I guess it's kind of, it's not really ironic, but I guess it is ironic because they're in Vegas. But so what do you think about this party?
I think, well, the roulette?
Yes, exactly.
I like the idea.
Roulette
Yeah, right. I like the idea of the game. I didn't like someone's reaction to the game.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So basically, this Vegas roulette was spin the bottle with the roulette wheel. I guess the person would spin the ball, and wherever it landed was the person, or where did the cards come in and what they had to do? I couldn't really tell.
I think it was color coordinated. I think each card was a different color, and then I think I'm not sure. I knew if it I don't know how it had something to do with the colors of the cards, and I think maybe what was on the roulette table, the color. I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't fully understand, but it was just basically spin the bottle with the roulette wheel and different dares on it. For things. So Calvin kisses kisses Sally, which I wasn't really expecting that little thing. Who was it? Oh no, it was Sally that said, "I'm sorry, Johnny."
And Johnny's like, "I'm not looking.
I'm not gonna look." Which is I like that they're just getting to know each other. Yes, they both are admitting that they like each other, and yes. Pardon me?
It scared me. I was like, what?
Oh, sorry. I mean, usually everybody I have is on mute, but I guess not this particular person. Hold on. I'll mute this person. So they're just developing a relationship, but I like that there's still a little bit of ease and flirting, and they're not getting super mad at each other for playing a game that's part of the game of this particular villa, like this particular season. So I was grossed out though by the whipped cream kiss. What did you think about that? It was with Carrington, and who did he kiss? It was Kirsten. Yeah.
Nope.
That's a mug off.
Yeah, I just in general, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a problem with
it's hot. Like it couldn't have been very cold, but no.
Okay, so my thing with whipped cream is everybody's like, love whipped cream, like gross. But when I was like, I don't know, like 10 or 11, I remember being in French class and we were playing these games where, you know, if you're in teams and if you answer a question wrong, you would have to get like whipped cream all over your face. And so we're playing whatever, we're all in a row, and then I went and I got one of my questions wrong, so they put all this whipped cream all over my face. And the can was rancid. It was rotten. So I had my whole face covered in rotten whipped cream. It was in my hair everywhere. So I went to the wash, trying to wash it off. And I could smell like in my nose, like in my fiber, like everywhere, just like rotten whipped cream. So now anytime I have it, sorry, Brazil. Every time I have it, I can just taste like the rottenness of it. So it's just gross to me.
No, I don't even know how you can talk about it.
I mean, it's been a while.
Never mind. I was going to ask, how did you know it was rotten? But if you have to ask,
what rotten milk products smell like.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get you that bad, but yeah, it's really gross.
Oh my god. It's okay. I'm sorry for you.
It happened to me. I was doing that like because I smelled myself. Gross.
Yeah, that would scar me for sure.
That's definitely a mug off. Whipped cream kisses. So Mackenzie wouldn't kiss Connor after like that little peck. Who did he kiss? Who was that mini baby kiss from?
Not Justine. Was it just no?
Who cares? Anyways, it was a little.
Yeah, it was so small. So it was Moira. It was Moira.
And it's like, girl, like Mackenzie just like, don't touch me, like giving her the cold shoulder. He didn't do anything. Like they've known each other for 4.5 days. Like you guys are not official boyfriend girlfriend. Like
it was a peck. It wasn't like they full on made out.
Right, you're standing right there, so obviously he's not doing anything behind your back and being shady.
I feel like that's like normal practice in the UK or like Europe, even just like a quick peck. Like who cares?
Who cares for sure? And you're on a TV show called Love Island, and you should know at least if you'd watch any previous seasons that they always play these little like sexy games. Like what if they were doing like the sex charades and they weren't partners? Like, is she going to like throw a hissy fit? Like, anyways, I was already starting to get a little bit irritated by her, and this is starting to increase that a little bit, we'll say.
Yeah, definitely.
So then he also has a 3-way kiss. Connor needed to get the hint though that like girl is like going to go a little bit mad.
Yeah, I like that he knew she was mad after the first one and then did it again just to kind of put her in her place a little bit, because I think she's not used to that, and I think it's refreshing to see that.
Yeah, exactly. So he ends up kissing Rachel and Justine, and I felt that he chose the people, right?
That one it was choose 2 people or 2 islanders.
I felt that he chose the 2 people that there was the least, that she should have been the least amount of intimidated by. I'm not saying that they're not gorgeous, but I don't think that she's as intimidated by those 2 women as she might have been if you picked Kirsten and
her and Justine are like besties in the villas too, so that would make me already feel better.
And it's a 3-way kiss. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't even think he ended up touching either of them.
Yeah, it's just like his nose is probably like his nose.
Yeah, Like Rachel and Justine kissed harder than Connor kissed them. So
Right. Oh, I was like, oh man, this is gonna create some drama that I don't know if I care to see, but I was like, whatever. This is what I'm here for. It's Love Island. And I was, who said this? Trey said, how could you be mad at Connor? Look at his beard. What did you think of that comment? Crack on or mug off?
Crack on. I loved it. It's true. He's like, look at the guy. I mean, look at his beard. And I was like, yes, the beard is what makes me not mad at him.
Yeah, right? That's what guys think. Like, yeah. Oh, his beard's good.
I think they're just jealous of it. I mean, it's a very nice beard.
Are you starting to like Connor a little bit?
Well, I think Connor is very, very attractive. It's just his personality is not there for me. But
yeah, no.
If I saw him on the street, I'd be like, "Whoop, he's hot." But
absolutely. But I don't think if I met him, I would be like interested in him. I think that he's too kind of boring, in my opinion. Yeah. So Mackenzie obviously is like being mad and standoffish. Then she gets a text. So I do actually love this scream. I got a text.
Yeah, I like it.
It's super classic Love Island UK. Like they say it all the time. They always scream it to the villa, and it's just part of the Love Island experience, I find. So I'm happy that some people are just like, I got a text. Well, like when they scream it, I'm into it. So crack on to that. Do more of it, people. And it's basically to pick 2 people to go to the hideaway. Did you think anybody else was going to be up for that?
Connor and Mackenzie. I thought it was going to be between Johnny and Sally and Connor and Mackenzie for sure. But I think Mackenzie ruined it by the roulette. Like any even conversation about who it should be because of her reaction, like how she's been with Connor lately. So sorry, girl.
If they went to the hideaway, though, I think that she might have ended up being turned off by him. I just don't know if he has like the swagger. Like, not to say that they have to do anything in there, but like, you know, it's the alone time, and it's supposed to like getting a little more intimate or get to know you a little bit better. And I feel like he's discarded, and I don't really think that Mackenzie would feel good about their experience in the hideaway, unless she lied about it. Would lie about it anyway. So I thought that Johnny and Sally were the perfect duo to go to the hideaway. Obviously, you're going to see your man. You know, you love to see your favorite couple going out to the hideaway. I thought it was hilarious. So is this a crack on or a mug off that Johnny had a canvas bag that he's like carrying with him to the hideaway, like probably with his like do-rag and his brush.
I mean, crack on. I mean, if he's going to go to bed in there and that's his routine, I would take it.
Oh, it's so cute. But it was the fact that it was like a little canvas bag. It's just so funny.
I love them so much. I don't think they could do any wrong to where I'd be, well, maybe, but as of right now, they could do anything, and I'll say crack on.
What about Sally's little phrase? It's not going to be the walk of shame. It's going to be the stride of pride.
I mean, we use that in college too.
Really?
Yeah, we use that in college all the time. So, but that's the first time I've heard someone else say it. So, yeah, definitely crack on. I was cracking up. I texted a few of my friends, and I was like, they just said stride of pride on Love Island.
Oh my God, I didn't know it was a thing. Isn't she from the same area as you?
She's from, yeah, she's Northern California. She's more north in the Bay. She's from Sacramento. But I think that's probably why I'm a little bit more biased towards her anyway. But
well, yeah. and that might be why she has that phrase.
Yeah, maybe it might just be like a Northern California thing. That's funny.
Maybe. Stride of pride with pride or pride, whatever. Yeah, it's cute. I've never heard it before. I was down to hear it. Obviously, you think that's a crack on.
Oh yeah,
yes, towards your Northern Cal girl. So Connor's with the guys. Wait, what happened here? Connor's with the guys. It says, what happened?
He's like basically asking them if he did anything wrong or if he should be like questioning what he did during the game kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I 100% thinks that he didn't do anything wrong at all. Like nothing wrong.
No one else was mad at their guy during.
It's just kind of like, what's this girl doing? You know, like, why is she trying to ruin it? You have to okay. I do feel that you want to be open and honest in a relationship about how you're feeling about certain things. And, you know, if you want to have a good solid foundation, yes, be clear as to what your intentions are. But getting this way in a little game, it would be a red flag for me. Wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah. And I think he's starting to kind of see that a little bit. The fact that I didn't think he was going to go for the second, like after he saw her reaction to the first kiss, I didn't think he was going to do it again. And the fact that he did kind of made me think, oh, I think he's getting kind of fed up with her.
That's what it's feeling like to me.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't blame him. I mean, look where you are. Like you said, you're in Love Island. Like that's how the show goes. You know what you signed up for. Mm-hmm. I think she's expecting him to be so 100% all in Mackenzie. But that's going to be her downfall, because if someone else comes into the villa, you know.
Yes, his head can be turned, or I don't know, or something. He might not be all in on her because it might be too annoying. Sorry. Yeah. You might need to clear this up for me. When did Moira hurt her leg?
I was going to text you that last night, and I was like, oh, maybe I felt like I didn't, because it didn't even happen in the last episode either. So
I don't think so, but like,
I have no idea. But I was like, what is that on her leg? And then I was like, wait, why does she have crutches? So I was going to ask you the same thing. I have no idea. And they didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, they didn't talk about it. They didn't mention it, except for obviously some reasonings as to why she might have made some decisions later on. But like, I would like to know, why is she hobbling around with crutches with like a brace around her thigh?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't filmed at all. So and then at that point, it's up to her to not talk about it. But she had everyone else not bring it up either, unless they just, I don't know. I feel like maybe they have to bring it up tonight. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, weird. What happened to Moira? Why are we not talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, she's on crutches, so something.
Like Jaquan says she popped her knee. Jaquan, when did she pop her knee? Is this common knowledge now, or did we miss it?
Yeah, like doing what? Maybe working out?
Maybe working out. Maybe doing those hip thrusts with Trey. She didn't do them. I know. Anyways, okay. Thank you for giving us that intel. If you can tell us a little bit more as to, or Moira, as to how that happened, or how did we miss that? That'd be awesome, Jaquan. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So funny though that like neither of us were like, when did that happen?
Yeah, I was gonna text you last night. I forgot.
So I think that you think this was cute, but Johnny carries Sally into the hideaway.
Melt.
You loved
I just
it.
love that she loves it. Like, she just is so giddy around him.
Jaquan said that somewhere in episode 5 he forgets which part. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and see that. Like, how did I miss someone popping her knee? That would have been painful.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it either. Whoa. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Apparently I second screen when Moira's on.
Maybe.
No, she's not that bad.
I remember her falling and nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sorry, let's go back to your love couple. Sally being carried into the hideaway by Johnny Boy.
Yeah, and I just love how giddy she is whenever she's around him. Like, I think she just kind of like is a giggly person, but she just seems so happy just to see like all the cute little cheesy things that he does. But oh, I love them. They're so cute.
One thing that I love that he said is that like he wants to go at whatever pace that she wants to go at, and so he's allowing her to just lead the evening. He doesn't have any sort of agenda. He just wants to enjoy, and like whatever happens, like he's going to let it be. And I think that would have been a better position to take than how James was coming at it, being like, well, like, are we ever going to get there? Are we ever going to, like, no, like,
definitely. It just shows that he has James truly didn't have confidence in himself, I think, or in their relationship. But yeah, that's what makes Johnny so hot, is that he's just, he has this, like, he exudes confidence, not cockiness. Oh my God.
Okay, well, that's like one thing I really liked about him, and it just for me, it really showed how James is not like, not that he's not a good guy, but like he doesn't really know how to make a woman feel comfortable in this particular setting. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but you have to realize that not every woman is going to want to sleep with you on national TV in a villa next to strangers. It's just.
Well, I would understand if other couples are moving as fast, but why do they need to set the pace? It's not like they're the only ones that have not.
Like, yeah, and Connor and them and Mackenzie haven't even kissed. Jaquan says, he's like, laughing face. I always watch every episode twice, then watch a different review. Okay. So
damn, Jaquan.
We're gonna come to you all the time for all the intel. You got it, because like I take notes, but maybe I was like not paying attention to something at some point. So I'm impressed. One thing also that you're probably gonna love that Sally had to say was, I could listen to you talk forever.
What'd you say?
She said I could listen to you talk forever to Johnny. Like when they first kind of get into the hideaway.
Yeah.
Chilling and drinking a little bit of champagne. And yeah, I'm vibing them for sure. So, okay. So Jaquan actually asked a question about this. So Rachel and Jeremiah have a little bit of a conversation, and he says that he doesn't really get that spark with her. When did this happen? And then Jaquan, he asked, like, what's the difference between Rachel saying that she's 90 and 10 and when Jeremiah is saying that he's not 100%? Go ahead.
I think the difference is that she initially said she gave him 8 out of 10 of her eggs. And so then she moved up 10%. So I would just thinking if those are the only 2 times that she talked to me about how she was feeling, that she was getting more into him because it went up in percentage technically by 10%. But I didn't see that coming from him at all. I don't know if he thought maybe girls were coming in the villa instead of boys instead.
Or maybe he was just doesn't really know the show and just like thinks that, I don't know. I think it was just like a naive decision. Maybe he was being genuine and he didn't want her to be with him if he was having these second chances or second thoughts, and and wanted her to have the opportunity to meet another person just in case. Like, I don't know. I think it was just,
or maybe he worded it bad. Maybe he didn't mean for it to come off the way that it did. And she was so like, oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, I don't know if he really thought that she would be sending him home, like off that conversation.
Right. I mean, I think he was probably just wanted to cool down and be honest. But in my head, when I saw that conversation happening, I was like, oh, Jeremiah, like, she's definitely not going to be pursuing anything anymore with you. And she's 100% going to be looking for any other opportunity to meet someone that she can put her 8 of her 10 baskets in, or 8 of her 10 eggs in their basket. And I thought it was just it was just untimely because she just kind of opened up to him and being like, I'm interested in you. I'm getting more and more interested in you. And, every time she was talking to him, it seemed like it was progressing more. And how he worded it, he basically said that, no, I want to just be friends. Like, he said that.
No, towards the end, he did say that, actually. He said, like, I want to stay friends with you. And I was like, oh? Why?
That's over. I mean, it's just, that is basically friend zoning somebody, and that's kind of telling them that you don't want her to be pursuing you anymore, and to keep your options open for other people because that's what he is going to be doing. And so yeah, Jaquan, that's why I think that there was a difference in what she was saying, because for her it seemed as though she wanted to still be working on something towards something with him, and his not 100% is, I want to be friends with you still and see other options. So it just didn't, to me, it wouldn't make me feel great. It would just make me feel like he's not interested in me anymore and he wants to look for somebody else. And that would be a hard no in Love Island, because that means that you will be kicked out. Whoever has guys or girls come in first, they're going to try other options because you've already said this one is a no. It's a no.
Yeah.
So the convo with Moira and Calvin, what are you thinking about this conversation? When she basically says that, well, he says that she's at the top of his list, thinks that she's beautiful, gorgeous. I find that his compliments are a little bit
Shallow.
well, yeah, like, oh, and you look good without makeup. And she's eating that up. Like, every girl wants to hear that. And
when she repeated it back to him at first, and I thought she was going to kind of roast him a little bit and be like, well, because she's like, oh, so I'm beautiful, I'm this. And I was like, I thought she was going to be like, nothing deeper, right? And then, but she just was like, every girl wants to hear that. And I was like, oh, never mind. But I don't know, but I already like him and her together better than her and James, because he said, I want to move at your speed. I want to take it like your pace. Like, and that's whether or not he knew that was the exact thing that she needed to hear at the time. I think just the fact that he said that, I mean, I already like him better than James.
If you're not on the same page in how the speed that you go, then it just gives you the ick. It grosses you out, in my opinion.
Especially in the vacuum that is the villa. Like, they say a day is as fast as a week, but
it's kind of like if you don't really feel like kissing somebody yet, but they keep on like being like, come on, kiss me, blah, blah, blah. Like you'd be like, ew, gross. Like I'm not like, we're not into that. It hasn't happened naturally. So like, I don't know, it would really gross me out. And so I understand why she 100% got the ick. Like he grossed her out. He was moving not the same speed as her. Like, are we noticing though the couples that we like are like the guys are like, go at your speed, like however you're feeling. Like I want this to be like a moment for us together. I don't want to be pushing at my agenda. Like that's why we like them, and that's why it's working, because it's happening organically.
And even Sally said that her and Johnny didn't do anything in the hideaway.
I believe that.
I believe it. I believe them. I believe it too. If it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't believe it, but I do believe, like you said, it just goes back to you saying that they're going at their own speed and not rushing anything. So Jake was like, let's do it. Come on, what are we doing? Let's do it.
Oh, gross. So Jake Rowan says, I agree. I was starting to like them. And I think that more must have happened behind the scenes because they were all lovey-dovey and then decided to choose to kiss Moira. And then he decided to kiss Moira. Yeah, weird.
I know. I just kind of jumped right into that.
Like, I was not expecting him to kiss Moira at all. Out of all the
I wasn't expecting Moira really to kiss him either, but she was kind of looking at Mackenzie like, kind of like side-eyeing her. Mackenzie wasn't looking, so I don't know.
I was surprised there too. Very much so. So yeah, maybe he just realized that he was never going to get there with Rachel. And maybe when he had that kiss, there was a little bit of a spark, even though he might not be interested in Moira, but maybe he was like, oh, I felt more of a spark with that little kiss with Moira than I've been feeling with Rachel in general, maybe. I don't know. But something more must have happened behind the scenes that they did not show, because it went, honestly, from like, as he's saying, lovey-dovey to like, okay, let's break up, that seemed definitely like it came out of left field. Not like the other conversation that is about to happen, where I think, personally, tell me if this is a crack on or mug off for you, but that Connor took some time after the game. They slept on it, worked out a little bit, mustered up some courage to have a conversation with Mackenzie about how he was feeling. How do you think he approached this, and how do you think her response was to this?
I can't hate on how his approach is, because I'm the same exact way. I can't react right away, otherwise I'll say things I really don't mean. And I know if I look back on how I reacted immediately, I wouldn't actually feel that way. So I always take a day to think about things. So I can't even hate on his approach to it. Mm-hmm. I think her response to it's not necessarily her fault. I think she's probably been through things in the past that have made her react that way. But they're not going to work. I mean, the fact that he even, I mean, I don't know. To me, she's more of a mug off than he is, relationship wise. I think she's a good person to have in the villa, like as a friend. She seems like stick up for the girls, so I like her in that sense. I just don't think she's right for this show particularly because of like how fast things move and like I don't know it just was so evident that they'll never see eye to eye, and they're not going to.
I think though what the problem is that she feels insecure about the relationship for all the reasons that I've been pointing out so far, is that he's not really coming across as being as into her as she is into him. And so it's kind of like she's not used to having a guy that she's interested in not make her feel like they are into her. And so I think that her insecurities about how this relationship is going, because he's not, in my opinion, exuding the vibes of somebody that like really wants to be pursuing you. I think that that's why she's like, well, like you're not even making me feel like I'm your number one, and then you're kissing some other people. Like I think that that's kind of getting to her and making her insecure about the relationship. But I think it's because he's not giving her the reassurance just by the little things. You know, in the first episode or second episode, I can't remember which one, where he didn't go and follow up on her and see how she was doing. Like just little things like that. You can feel the vibes. And I don't think she feels secure in their relationship. And so everything is kind of setting her off. So yes, I think she's overreacting, but I think it's because I don't think it's going to work out. How do you think about her storming off crying? I was like, oh boy, you want this relationship to end pretty quick. This is the way to do it.
It's just hard. I try to be empathetic towards, you know.
Oh, sorry, that's fun.
The reasonings why Connor was trying.
I've never used that before. That's fun.
That's true. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think he takes things at a more rational approach, and you know, maybe he thinks that like she'll cool down in the time that he's
really
thinking.
Fun feature. That was the first time I've done that before.
I know, that was cool. I like that.
That's fun. Okay, keep asking stuff, Jaquan, and we're gonna put it out there because this is fun.
But yeah, I like her less and less every episode, which sucks. Because I do like how she is with the girls, but I can't blame Connor. I'm Team Connor in this whole thing. I think we're very different, but I would appreciate Connor's approach to
100%.
Yeah.
I would not want to pop off and like have some big blowout fight and then think about it and then apologize. I'd rather come at it level-headed, you know, with points in mind. And I think it's very, you know, important that he's saying that he feels like he's doing everything wrong. And I think that that's something that she needs to hear as well, is that in the beginning of a relationship, it shouldn't feel like someone needs to be a certain way to be in a relationship with you. And that's also why it feels like it's not going to work, because they're not actually vibing in the way, like their love languages towards one another, like how they want to feel in a relationship. They don't seem to be vibing that way. And this is why she's kind of getting upset, I think. And then also why he doesn't feel like he should have to like coddle her all the time. And so
because he's the only one having to do so. So I can see how it would be frustrating and him think that something is different with him and their relationship and the other couples. Like the other couples seem effortless. I mean, the other couples, I'm like Johnny and Sally are, I think, the only two that are as like far along as they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're going to compare yourself to those two, forget it.
Kind of forget it. Like the realsies. But she said she felt blindsided. Like I think that might have been the wrong word. Like
she needs to take a few minutes or a few hours to think about things before she talks, I think.
But like blindsided, like obviously you had a little bit of an attitude. Like maybe blindsided, she means like I've never had a guy say anything like that to me before. Maybe that's what she means.
Which is the way I'm taking it. Like her reaction, that's exactly the way I'm taking it, is that she's never had a guy question her. She's like always had guys like follow her, do whatever she wanted.
And so, yeah, I think she just doesn't have him wrapped around her finger like she's probably used to. And so, yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be problematic. I'm going to enjoy this downfall for sure. I mean, obviously, I want everybody to have love, but you're on a TV show right now and I'm talking about it. So, you know, this would be, this is the relationship that I would like to see have a little bit of a downward spiral. Definitely not the other one that we're going to be talking about shortly.
When you said, when we get to that point, but you said I'm going to freak out during the episode.
Yeah.
I think we're about to get there right now when, like, right before the recoupling ceremony.
We're almost there, but yeah. Are you going to
okay. I'll wait.
So Caleb gets a text. And so there is going to be a recoupling that's going to be happening this evening. And I was like, James is done. Like basically that was like my first thought.
Did you hear what he said? It was like sink or swim, and James like, I'm gonna sink.
Okay, so what do you think about this question? Sorry, this is good.
Absolutely.
Do you watch either of those shows? Do you watch Are You the One or X on the Beach?
I've seen episodes here and there, but I haven't watched like a full season from start to finish.
Yeah, well, with Are You the One, they kind of like everybody has their perfect match that's supposed to be in the house. And so you kind of start little mini relationships trying to figure out whether or not this person is who you're most compatible with. And you're kind of supposed to be not great at dating and like, you know, you're finding the person that you're supposed to be with, not like the person you always go for. So I can definitely see Mackenzie on that show. Yeah, I could totally see that. X on the Beach, I could see her on that too because
she dated millionaires, so bring them back. Let's see what else I can get.
Absolutely. So yeah, get her on the MTV circuit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like everybody's cross mingling right now. CBS and Viacom, which is mostly MTV, merging. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now that that's happened, I think. I mean, I'm thankful because I haven't been able to like watch all the seasons of the challenge and stuff. So I'm thinking now that it's like official, they'll definitely cross over.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. It just makes the pool bigger of shows that I already watch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't personally like how the challenge is bringing that many people from the UK, but I know a lot of them because I've watched X on the Beach UK. I've watched a little bit of the show that Jenny was on, Shipwrecked, I think it's called. I've just watched a few of these shows, and so I knew some of these people coming in, so I like them. Like I didn't have to get to know them and warm up to them. So right. I like this merger. So you know what? That's a good comment. I think that I could see her on X on the Beach, and it would be with like Connor. You know what I mean? Next season. Yeah. Like they're breaking up, you know that. At that point too, I was thinking like, what is Rachel going to do? Because I think that she does have some feelings for Jeremiah. I think that, you know, she was probably blindsided by the fact that he came up with her with this when she just could have
said blindsided and that would have been accurate.
Right?
He basically said, I'm 90% all in on you. And then he was like, oh, I still want to stay your friend. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's a little bit. He's young. I don't think he understands. Like,
blindsided for sure. I was blindsided.
Yeah, me too. I know. I was shocked. I thought they were gonna have like a good combo and be like, I really like how things are going. Blah blah blah. Like that's
what I did say. They don't really film much about them. Like I think the last thing we saw was him make breakfast for her. And we were like, oh, that's cute. And then we didn't have anything else to go off of, really. So
they were like hugging in the pool by themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're like moving and like, I mean, that's all that was pretty intimate. It was just them in the pool. Yeah, something else must have happened.
I agree. Come on, producers, let us see it all.
But it's not going to happen.
Give us live feeds. I'm just kidding.
So Rachel and Caleb have a little bit of a chit chat. How'd you feel about this conversation? Crack on or mug off?
I didn't really know what to. I mean, I don't know. I think that they both know that they're potentially just coupling up to like give them both the chance to get to find someone else. I don't think that they're going to necessarily hit it off as a couple. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, they seem. I don't know much about him yet, so it's hard for me to. And I don't know much about her yet either. Honestly, they haven't really shown either. So I'm hoping that they get a bit more into that tonight. Because I don't imagine anyone else should be coming in.
Yeah.
I hope. Oh well.
Well, I agree. Like Rachel, like when they were talking, she tells him that she likes his transparency, and I think that he's quite bold. He's quite like very forward with his wording.
Yeah.
He doesn't mince any words. Like he just like kind of tells it how it is. And if he's like looking to pursue something, I think he wants to stay in the villa as well. So I think that he knows the game element of it a little bit to play in order to stay in the villa. And so I think that if to want to stay, he would be the best. She would be the best plan of attack because her obviously and Jeremiah are fractured, and he knows what to say to make her be like more interested in wanting to keep him around. And so when they
he did mention Justine that he like was obviously interested in her as well, but again they didn't show. But Justine must have said, that she was gonna go more towards Trey than.
Yeah, I think that they need another couple days together to see whether or not they're going to work on things. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there was just like a little bit of switcheroo there because.
Oh, I think yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what Caleb's vibe is for sure, but I could see him trying to get to know Justine a little bit, maybe making Trey a little bit jealous.
Oh, you said switcheroo?
Mm-hmm.
You said switcheroo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ooh.
I mean, I don't feel as though Justine and Trey are that solid.
Right. Yeah. That would be. I actually wouldn't mind that.
Maybe, or like just I can see Trey feeling a little bit insecure. I feel like Caleb starts maybe talking to Justine. Like, who knows how that might kind of pan out. Well, let's see what happens. I'll do that after. So we have Justine and Moira and Sally talking. And they're really actually shocked that Jeremiah jeopardized his game for the honesty. And I was kind of just wondering, like, why did he do that? Like, didn't he want to stay in the villa? Like, maybe she's going to develop feelings for you. Like, I wanted him to stay.
I don't know why he did either. And that makes me think that he hasn't seen previous seasons, or I don't know. I mean, to me, he pretty much like sealed his own fate with that convo with her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thought the boys would somehow be like, oh, let's keep Jeremiah around, like how the girls were trying to keep Caitlin around. I don't know. It didn't work out for Caitlin either, so I don't know why he.
Well, Jeremiah even goes and sits down and has a little chit chat with Bar Justine. I don't know if she was the best person to talk to him here. I didn't feel like she really gave him any advice that was useful, but he did talk a little bit.
You should have talked to Mackenzie.
Does Mackenzie like that? I don't know if Mackenzie likes Rachel that much, though.
No, she just seems to be, like, from what they air, at least, like, the voice of reason for, like, all the girls, kind of. Like, I don't know how she can seem so wise about other people's relationship and then in her own.
Well, maybe we'll figure it out. But it's hard to see your own.
Yeah,
right. It's
right.
easy to look at somebody else and have an objective position or point of view. Okay, let's read this. So the difference between the UK show and the USA show is that the UK lasts longer, so new people actually get 3 to 4 days in the villa. Yeah, absolutely. Which is
the UK. Some of the seasons I think are like 50 episodes, 60 episodes long.
Yeah, it's definitely about 6 weeks long, and it seems it's about 4 weeks long in the US. And I 100% think that is really important with how we end up really, really caring for the characters or the people, not characters, in the UK. Like we get invested in their relationships because they've had a little bit longer to develop. And I don't know if the format is different this year or a little bit longer than last year, but I do feel like I'm getting the opportunity to get to know these couples a little bit better. So maybe they're doing 1 extra day. I don't know, but it does seem like they're getting a little bit more of an opportunity to get to know each other. So definitely I'm liking, maybe that's why I like the season a little bit better. Maybe it's just a little bit longer, like an extra day a week or so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't understand what Justine was saying and what she meant about Trey. It was very confusing. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't.
It was all very vague. It was all very like hypothetical. It was I don't think she really knows, and I think it shows.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I think she's unsure, so she's absolutely probably the last person I would go to for advice in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Moira and James have a little chat before the recoupling ceremony.
This is the part that I thought you meant I was going to freak out.
Oh,
because I thought you were like leading up to the fact that I don't know that I was like, oh my god.
Well, I thought that when he asked, could you see yourself getting there again? And she said yes. I was like, say what?
Why are you lying to him?
Like, her face said it was a lie. And there's something about how he changed. Like, obviously she changed her feelings for him. And so like, it's going to change how he reacts to her. So I get that dynamic, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like he thinks that he's a player, and then he's like, but now he's kind of being all puppy dog and like being like a little bit of a sad sap. And like, I don't know, there's just the vibe that he's giving off now is even more unlikable than the guy that wanted to go to bed with her, you know?
I think he's just very immature.
He's 27.
I think he's very immature.
Or maybe he's 27. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed he's the oldest one in the house. I had no idea he was 27.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not the oldest one in the house, but the oldest boy, I'm pretty sure.
Probably the oldest guy. So it's time for the recoupling ceremony. Ariel walks in, slow motion. I think one of the questions on the app was, what did you like best? And I said the slow motion walk.
Me too.
I liked it better than the dress. The dress was okay. I thought it could be.
She's worn better.
Yeah, she's definitely worn better. What were the other questions that they asked? You remember?
The walk, the dress, or the hair flip? Or was that someone else? I know hair flip was one of the questions for
something.
I think it was the hair flip. Let me see.
I love the slow motion walk. And I wrote that down before I even read the app stuff.
Yeah.
So it's something that I definitely liked for sure. So in the recoupling ceremony, obviously we have Selly talking about he's the most handsome man in the villa. My chocolate cinnamon apple. Is that nickname a crack on or a mug off for you?
Question mark?
I
wasn't sure. Chocolate, cinnamon. I don't know. It must be some inside joke, but question mark?
Hang on, let's see what he's saying here. So when Moira said yes to that part, I think she was saying yes with Calvin, but James thought she meant him.
Oh, like does James? James. Oh, I didn't take it that way, but maybe that's what she meant.
Because, okay, that would make a lot of sense with how she was saying it with like a big smile. And I was like, oh. So maybe the producers cut it and kind of Frankenbite the way that
to make it look like James had a chance, essentially.
Right, because
it was her hair flip.
Shocked. It
was hair flip.
I like a good hair flick too, but the slow motion walk was there for me for sure.
Wow, maybe
that's a good point. I definitely could see them cutting that into a way that made it seem as though she was talking about James to James. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, why would she's been so grossed out by him? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why is she giving him hope?
Right?
Oh, good point.
Yes, get those points out there. That second time watch, you get the real tea.
Yeah, thanks, Jaquan.
So, I mean, obviously I love Selly and Johnny, so they're a crack on. Pretty much, I can't picture them doing anything wrong.
Stop.
Next up is Kirsten. She believed that she came into the villa because of him.
Great. He has such high aspirations.
I mean,
I told you they'd be good for each other.
I think they're both very good looking.
Yeah, they're both very attractive.
I don't know if they're in a real relationship or not. It's kind of, I feel like they both have these big masks and they're not really that deep, it seems right now. Maybe they can get there. I don't know. But
I imagine both of them being single until they're like 35 to 45. Maybe they'll start settling down. I don't picture them.
I picture her having like a sugar daddy type, like long-term commitment.
Yeah, like I just don't see either of them getting serious until that age.
For sure. Okay, so Sally and Johnny, they kissed when they recoupled, and then same with Kirsten and I want to call him Casanova, Carrington.
Casanova.
So Justine is next, and she feels that even though that they had a slow start, he has the greatest abs in the villa. Okay. When they couple up, her and Trey, they hug. So they haven't got to the kiss yet, which is a little bit.
I don't, and I was hoping that when it shows them all sleeping, it shows like a quick like little clip of them. They aren't even cuddling.
Not cuddling.
And that's like that's what he said he wanted. He like wants like that physicality, or just like that intimacy. But I don't know. So I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's they don't have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next up is Mackenzie. And she says that this boy has proved to me that accountants can be hot and that she may even see a future with him outside of the villa.
I would hope so if you're that's the whole point.
I mean, no, I think the relationship is a mug off for me.
Yeah.
Work. I don't think it's going to happen. So
I'm hoping that remind me about Connor when we talk about the new Islander.
Absolutely. So next up we have Rachel, and I found that she was really matter of fact about how she was delivering her speech. And then, not that one. Hold on. I think I want to say. Okay, so from the words of Rachel Chosen at the recoupling, I think that she changed her mind last second. I don't know if I think she changed her mind because I felt, for me, that she kind of, I felt that she was always leaning towards Calvin or Caleb. Calvin, who is it?
That's why I'm mad at the names because
Caleb.
Yeah, they're too similar. I can't figure out who's who.
She did that last second, like last minute.
I wonder why he thinks that. I mean,
why do you think that, Jaquan? I mean, I felt as though
I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but
I thought she was being very matter of fact. But she said something in there that I felt that she was going to be, like I said, but obviously she was choosing Caleb. That's what I wrote down.
I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, me neither. But
hopefully, Jaquan.
I think that as soon as Jeremiah said that he wanted to maybe, slow things down or become friends, I think that from that point forward, I think that she was already moved on to Caleb, and Caleb already asked her out on a date, so she did have a little bit of a connection with him at that point. They had a conversation that seemed to go pretty well. I think that she was always going to be choosing him. There was no switch and bait or whatever. Like they didn't.
I would run and go find the next person I thought I had any chance with.
Mm-hmm, exactly. What did I write here? Kirsten. Oh, Kirsten mutters that she didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they maybe just don't talk.
Or I don't know. Maybe I could see them. Well, I figured that they would talk because they came in together. Like they should be. Typically, who you come in with when you're already going into a group of girls, you kind of like stay close to that girl you came in with. But I don't know.
This is his response. So I don't know. I just didn't see enough Caleb to see that she was talking about him. Fair.
Again, yeah, I need to see more of Rachel and Caleb a lot. I need to see a lot more to even.
I think personally that maybe she's not necessarily into Caleb, but I think that Jeremiah said that he wasn't into her, so she's taking a chance on a guy that's asked her out on a date.
And she knows that girls might be coming in next too, so.
She just wants something a little more secure. or a chance with somebody else that might lead to something a little more secure.
Yeah.
He shut her down. And so why is she going to keep him around when it just...
And she can't really say that in her speech, like...
Yeah, like, yeah, you kind of dissed me, and there's another guy in the villa that asked me on a date, so I'm going to give him a try now. Basically. So Moira and James are next. Well, Moira's next, and James looked worried. I've never seen someone look like he was about to go number 2 in his pants, waiting for Moira's response here. I mean, as soon as she said the crutch line,
yeah,
like, okay, yeah, that's done.
And they showed James's face. He was like, that's a good one.
I think he's like, I know I didn't say that.
I
think that's when he definitely.
And she really liked that line. I mean, she went into the girls' bathroom right after that and was like, he said he went to my crutch. I'm like,
I mean,
okay.
Fine-ish. I mean, I don't think I would be that swept up by it, but I can understand why she is. Like, you know, any girl wants guys to flatter her and like say that they're gonna be there for him and like them, and you know, they want to feel its support, and he's saying the right things to her right now compared to what James is saying.
Yeah, exactly what she wants to hear is what he's telling her. So
absolutely. So yeah, James looks worried. The crutch line happens, and basically James is going home because she chooses Calvin.
See you never, James.
So that's a crack on that move. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. He tanked his own. I was gonna say his own game, but he tanked his own relationship when he started
getting all gross.
Yeah.
You're good. Like feel out the room, girl. Like slow your roll.
Yeah. And like I said, they weren't the only two that have not. So chill out.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, horny boy is really it's not attractive. Like it's gross. If you're not vibing at the same pace, it's just gross.
Right.
Like if she was all into like it, like he wouldn't have to be having that conversation, right? So, and they're not in the real world where they've been dating for a year and a half or something, and you know, they're talking openly about their sexual relationship. Like they've known each other for a couple of days. Like, figure it out. So yeah, basically Jeremiah and James are going to be going home. So basically the two new guys snagged 2 spots in the villa, and 2 OG Islanders are out.
I was sad when Jeremiah though was talking. I got real sad. I felt so sad. Johnny was crying.
And like, you know, Jeremiah was like, oh, I don't want all the mushy stuff. I don't want the mushy stuff. But she's like, I didn't expect to have like the brotherhood, man, the brotherhood. And I was like, I started crying. And then you see like Johnny's all snotty nose and like Sally's wiping his face with her hand. He's like crying. And then he was like, J&J Jingles.
I mean, but that just shows, I think, how fast relationships can grow in that type of environment, because when will you ever see a guy cry over brotherhood when he just met guys like 5 days ago? So it kind of makes you believe in the process a little bit too, and a little bit more. And I don't know, it got me. I felt so bad.
I
wanted him to stay just so he could hang out with the boys. Like,
no, figure it out, ding dong. Then Johnny crying made me cry as well, which I was like,
yeah,
man, away to my heart.
Jeremiah, he's a good guy though. He'll find someone, especially now.
Absolutely. Maybe like they'll do something like bring them back or something, like, you know, like
they'll find someone.
Quarantine, so maybe they'll re-quarantine them for later on in the season. Who knows?
James, they could leave James at home, but bring Jeremiah.
I have to say though that Harrington's maturity in his little confessional after, he's just talking about how he made really great friends and he was surprised by it. He was crying a little bit. He just
killed it when he said that he came in here to be the big bad wolf. I'm like, why do you have to say that?
I think that it must be producer
He's
push.
trying. He's trying.
It has to be producer push because, you know, I know a lot about the casting process in these reality TV shows, and they usually want characters. They want a specific prototype or like type of person. And so, you know,
and I said I thought he might be the villain in the beginning.
Exactly. So I think that his real personality is starting to come through now that he's getting comfortable with these people. He's not playing this role anymore. He's really young and coming into the villa. He wants to pretend like he's like super macho, but he's starting to develop relationships with people. Like he's becoming friends with these people. And so he's becoming real with these people. And he's not putting on this like weird fake, like I'm a Nova, like stud, big bad wolf villain weirdo. Like I don't think he's doing that anymore. I think he's just becoming more himself. So I'm giving a crack on for Carrington's seeming maturing a little bit. He's maturing a little bit.
I'll let you give him a crack on, and I won't argue with it. But I'm not there yet.
Okay, fine. So this is what I was talking about when I messaged you. I was trying to make it vague because I didn't want you to know exactly what I meant. I did want you to maybe be like questioning.
I thought maybe that she was going to pick James over the C of Calvin.
Yeah.
Or Caleb. I don't know which one, but I thought that's what you were getting at. So I was like, oh God, oh no. But then she didn't, and I was like, oh my God, no way. And then after that, there was nothing much left to come. But when I was watching the new Islander, no, go away, go back to the UK, get out of here.
The new girl has her eye on Johnny. And I mean, obviously every woman that's coming on this show is beautiful. I don't know if I think she is necessarily his type, but he's still a young guy.
The accent
is good. She probably has a really fit body, and any guy will feel good about a girl coming on strong, saying like, "I want you."
The only thing though that I think might work in our favor for Team Johnny Selly is that America got to vote on who they wanted her to take on a date. And I picked Connor.
I picked Connor as well. But do you think that the producers will not step in and have her interfere?
I think that she gets to pick one. I think that she gets to pick one and then we get to pick one. But okay. I think they're trying to make it seem like.
So one thing I learned about these shows is when the show focuses on a certain couple, you have to look at the background and go see who connects with who. No, absolutely. Yes, I do think that, you know, people have been vibing in the villa, and like that's what I also actually really like about these shows is people having connections. But yeah, I'm going to actually start looking to see who's hanging out in the background shots. But it seems like they're all been clear shots of these people. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only thing I don't like much about this season is they're only focusing on like 3 couples at one time, rather than everyone a little bit. But I'm okay with like them focusing on Johnny and Selly. But I have no idea about like really even Kirsten and Carrington. Like I don't know anything about Rachel and her new boy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we might just have to look for ourselves and see.
Right? Oh, this is what I wanted to put up, actually. So can't wait till tonight's episode. My favorite couple, our favorite couple, too, right now is Johnny and Selly, but the new girl wants him. If they can get past this, they can do well at Casa Amor.
If Johnny goes for the new girl, I think this is how the episode's going to go. I'm calling it. They're going to show Johnny go on a date with her. And then they're going to allude to Johnny, like, maybe, like, he'll say something questionable. And then, but at the end of the day, he'll come back to Selly. I know it.
No. I don't think that this is the way that they're going to end this because they're just going too well. I know that this is to shake it up. maybe even she was even told to say that in her little promo thing, just to like bring some drama to the villa. But like,
I think her and Rachel's boy might do well.
Rachel's Carrington. I don't know how.
No, not Carrington. The new Calvin or Caleb. I forget what the name is.
Rachel. Sorry, Caleb.
Yeah. I think she has potential with every guy in there except for Johnny.
Would you go into the villa trying to break up the strong couple? That's I just would not be the way that I would go in there.
I mean, but if me like seeing Johnny, maybe like I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much I knew about everyone. Like, how much do they really know going into it?
I feel like they've seen all the episodes. I think they've seen exactly as much as we've seen.
Then no.
I think that if you're going on a dating show and then you're trying to go in and break up a couple, that means that, in my opinion, that you are not there for the right reasons.
Right.
Because if you are able to go in there and break up a couple and then they're with you now, most likely, I would assume, I know it's happened that people stay together, but I don't think that it has a longevity anymore. I think that, the temptation is always going to be there, and they're not serious, and so this would be a test for me. Like, if someone was easily to be broken up like that, they would probably be breaking up with me in a similar fashion as well. So
right.
Hold on, I don't understand this question though. So, thoughts on Sally's advice to Moira and how she moved on from Trey? I don't remember this. Like Trey from the very beginning. Oh, because like, what's his name? Johnny swooped in.
Oh, like about how Sally moved on from Trey?
Yeah, but she wasn't really that into Trey, was she?
I didn't think so.
Do you remember her giving advice to Moira?
I think it was like a brief clip, but I think Sally was like giving her the reasons why she chose Johnny over Trey. But I'm not. I think to me it was kind of just like a
flip.
Duh. But I don't know. I don't remember exactly what she said. But maybe he thinks that Sally was the main reason why Moira ended up picking.
Aw, thanks.
Thanks, Shaquan.
And we love talking with you. You're bringing another perspective all the time. I'm always like, oh, because I believe it was Jaquan who also mentioned that the bench pressing was like showing what Trey was teeter-tottering with and trying to balance the different women and the decision he had to make. So Jaquan had a lot of great insights. So we definitely love chit-chatting with you on your thoughts and opinions as well.
Yep.
Yeah, in the episode, she was telling her how to compare Calvin and James. Fair. And so I think it's obviously like how they make her feel. And that was what James was not doing well. James was not making her feel comfortable, and Calvin was making her feel comfortable. I don't remember specifically the conversation, but, Sally was talking about how she really likes being around Johnny and like that they like getting along and that there's no pressure. And, that would be something that drew me to somebody that they're on the same page and they're moving at the same speed. So that's probably advice that she gave. Be moving on the same speed. That's what I think.
I am so excited for tonight.
Was there any of the app stuff that was interesting that you want to talk about lastly?
Let's see. People said, does Moira have a better chance at love with Calvin? 59% said absolutely. 49% said time will tell. Everyone agreed with us about the slow-mo walk with Ariel. Then, which team are you on in the squabble between
Connor?
Mackenzie and Connor? Yeah, let me see the end results.
What?
88.2% said Team Connor out of almost 7,000 people.
Yeah.
What do you really think happened in the hideaway?
Maybe they made out a little bit, but I definitely feel that they were taking it slow and just probably talking. Because she did say that she was getting to know him and she knew more about his family and his upbringing, stuff like that. And so
they talked about childhood
and I think those are very important. But
this one caught me by surprise. The which couple deserves the hideaway? So this must have aired before the episode, I think the question did air before the episode was shown. But Mackenzie and Connor got number 1, and Johnny and Sally were number 2 in that. But then, based on the question with who do you agree with on the squabble, I think that more people had taken the quiz after the episode, that Sally and Johnny would have been above them. But yeah, that took me by surprise.
Or maybe they want them to go into the hideaway to see whether, like, to progress the relationship a little bit better and have some alone time and, like, really connect. Maybe.
True.
Maybe.
True.
Well, I'm excited to watch the episode tonight. It's been great. Like, I'm really enjoying talking about it. I hope you're enjoying talking about it too. Jaquan is.
Shout out Jaquan.
Any last thoughts before we shut her down?
Team Sally.
Team Sally. Team Johnny Sell. John Sell. Sally John.
Sally John.
Lee John. It's a John. The last question. Okay, Ariel is a good host, but the UK. Oh my God, I know. Host died, so she quit fearing people every time. She
died?
Yeah.
Why not? Oh my God, I didn't know she died.
Yeah, Caroline Black. Is that her name?
Wow.
She did pass away within this past year.
Wow.
She was very depressed and she wasn't able to come out of that depression, so she felt alone. And
wow, that's really sad. Yeah, I that's what I said I liked about Ariel, was that she kind of called people out, but the UK host definitely did that better.
I loved her, and like I love that she dated Harry Styles, and like she was a little bit older, but like I thought she was fun. I really loved watching her interact with the Islanders. I was so for her, but from what I read up about, the past few days in her life, she had some a restraining order, I believe, against her partner, and so there was some fighting that was going on. I think she just felt really lost and alone and wasn't able to kind of get out of that depression. So, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Black. I love the Black. Yes, that's why they also had a new host for the winter edition that they did of Love Island UK 6. Was due to the fact that they didn't have their original host, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, I hated hearing that, because I really part of the show to me was her. And so,
her and the narrator, like that's what drew me into when I was watching the first season.
They would have like a little moment when the two of them are sitting talking to each other on the couch and having the live audience. Like, I love that.
Wait, how did have you ever seen the announcer for the US before? This episode aired? Oh, yeah. Okay. Because they showed him and I was like, he does not look like he would have that voice.
He's a little bit nerdy.
Yeah, but I just didn't. I pictured like an older guy. I don't know what I thought he would look like, but when they showed him, I was like,
oh, you? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was more so thrown off by the fact that his name is Matt Hoffman, and so I just think of Big Brother when I hear that name. Yeah. And so, like, that was more what I found kind of jarring, was that his name was Matt Hoffman. But I'm gonna take a look at him again. I want to find out his birth sign.
Yes.
See if that's why he's not funny.
Oh my God. He's a Pisces, I'm just gonna die.
All your Pisces.
Shut up.
Pisces or Virgo, for sure.
Blame it all on Cancer.
I mean, yeah, we can blame it on Cancer, blame it on Scorpio. Yeah, take it. All right, everybody. Love to everybody. It's Love Island. Make love, not war. I'm so happy to chat with you today. Is anywhere people can find you online, Ms. Brazil?
At BabyZill on Instagram.
Perfect. And you can find me at ChanFran on Instagram, or at Reality Realness with 3 S's on Twitter, at Chan___Fran, or at Reality Realness with 3 S's, but not the second E characters. It's annoying. Make sure if you're on YouTube, subscribe right down below, ring that bell, hit that notification button so that you will be notified every time we go live with one of these podcasts about reality TV. Ding. Any last thoughts, Brazil? Before we see
Team Sally, Team Sally, Team Sally.
Sally, oh God, please, this girl not have any game and let our couple stay strong. We're rooting for you, Team Sally.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.